7, 6.
Here's the internet, guys.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, welcome to Chicago Comedy Hour. Yeah.
How's it going there?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I got a wonderful drink that my roommates made for me.
Wow, what's in it?
Probably not enough. But yeah, welcome. So we are a variety show. Live stream it. So feel free to comment, post, and as well as our audience here. Make room, everybody. Okay. Boys.
What's the deal with these bars?
Boys, how you doing?
Good.
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 Anything
Good week.
exciting? Yeah. Why?
I'm gonna go see John Carpenter in November. Any John Carpenter fans?
Yeah.
Yeah! He's a director of a bunch of great movies, and he does music with his son and nephew, so he's coming to tour, and he's old, so I'm excited to see him before he passes away.
Nice.
How old is he?
He's like 69 or 70, but he's had
Like
a bunch
Tom
of
Petty age.
heart issues.
Oh,
So.
I thought Tom Petty was like 52.
No.
Wow.
He's old.
He's old. He looked great.
Super old. I have a Marilyn Manson concert this Tuesday, which I just found out that he's hurt.
What do you mean he's hurt?
Cracked his hip or something?
I was like, what? He better have the show on
He's
Tuesday.
not gonna play. He has a broken hip.
Oh no.
Yeah. Not a bit.
Not a bit.
It's a real hip problem.
You really don't think that Marilyn Manson show's gonna happen?
There might be like an impersonator, but it's not gonna be him.
I don't care. I'm just there for the show. I don't care who it is, really.
Are you a Marilyn Manson fan?
Yes!
I never would have guessed.
Yeah. You should listen to his music. It's very good. And he puts on a show. Like, it's a real theatrical show. Now, granted, be on the balcony. Because the ground floor is...
You have
What happened?
2 adjectives to describe Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
2 words. That's it.
Theatrical.
Good.
Terrifying. And with that, why don't we got a good show tonight. We got Sally Ride or Die.
Yeah!
We got Valley coming in.
Yeah!
Wrapping up the night with some stand-up, we got Michael Dennison.
Oh yeah!
And then the house team, CCH.
I don't like 'em.
So let's give a warm, fun welcome to our first wonderful act, Sally Ride or Die.
Hi everybody! How's everyone doing?
Good.
That's great. I actually have a little bit of a confession to make. I usually work with a group, but most of my team, my people that I'm doing a sketch show with at Second City, they're not here tonight. One of them is in China right now.
Oh.
One of them is having back problems. So like they're allegedly they're having back problems. So I have to take their word for it. And then the other 2, I don't even know what they're doing. They're not here. So I'm the only one who's here. So I decided that I was going to do some stand-up for you guys. And also, if I have a little bit of time, I might do like a character.
Do you want a mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Which turn on to the work? Is that?
Oh my god.
Testing.
Oh, there it
Oh,
goes.
look at this. Marilyn Manson did not break his hip. It's a
Oh, okay. There's my voice.
There we go.
There's my voice. Okay. So, my team's not here, which is reminiscent of a lot of my life. I am not so much I'm not so much the kid that never got picked in gym class for the basketball team or anything, like when there were 2 captains. But I had a gym teacher who believed that everyone should have a turn being team captain, like everyone should have that opportunity. So I was more the kid who was like real thirsty to be the team captain because of the title. I really wanted to like lord over people, and so people didn't want to be on my team because they didn't. I was like, get your ass over here, Rachel. I'm good. But it's, you know, I mean, that is the type of person that I tend to be. I don't want to be that type of person. Like, you know the type of person that you are, you know what your vices are, and you're that anyway. Even when you know you're trying, even when you're like, I'm trying to be a better person, and you're not. You're really just who you are. I've always valued titles more than like skill sets. So, like I've always been like the type of person, like if I could just say that I'm this particular type of person, then it won't matter that I don't know how to play basketball or play soccer or competitively knit. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. But I'm the captain, so you have to do my say. And that's always been what I was like. Like, for instance, I tried to get into grad school for a couple of years after I left undergrad. I went to Columbia College here in Chicago, and I tried to get into a few grad schools, with Juilliard being the top school on my list of schools to go to. Like, I really wanted to get into Juilliard, and that was the school I was going to go to because Viola Davis went there, and of course, like, I mean, that's why you go.
Yeah.
So, you know, like whatever choice you make on stage or on screen, it doesn't matter. Like, people trust that you put thought into the choice because you went to Juilliard. So, I tried a couple of times, and like one of the times, I made the huge mistake of telling my grandmother about it. And she was the type of person, she was a real hands-on person. And by hands-on, I mean, she had a tendency to pry into people's way of getting what they wanted because she didn't want to deal with what she wanted in her own life. So she kind of like manipulated her way into helping me with getting into Juilliard. She was like, oh, this is gonna be so great. Yeah, I mean, of course, you're so good at this, Camille. You're gonna, like, if you just let me help you, then we will make this happen. And she kind of parented her way the whole time. She was telling me what to write in my personal statement. She wanted to pick my monologues. We had a really big argument about the I don't know, the kind of symptoms that Lady Macbeth had. She, you know, I mean, I had a different view of Lady Macbeth than she did. Like, I think that my grandmother was Lady Macbeth. Like, and I was just trying to play her. Like, I just wanted to be like her. She was her. And I ended up getting into like a really big argument with her, and I feel really badly about it now, but like we got into a huge fight, and at the time my father was also upset with her, so I had like reinforcements. And so I was like, I'm done. I'm not even trying to get, like, at this point Juilliard had already said no again, so I was ready to be like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. We're done. And later, my grandmother got diagnosed with lung cancer. And my father, at the time, he was really happy that I had taken his side finally. He was like, well, finally you see who's right in this situation. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what I was thinking. And she got diagnosed with lung cancer. And then my father, naturally, for, you know, they bonded and they got back together and they patched things up. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing that they patched everything up. But then my father was like, what kind of granddaughter argues with her grandmother on her deathbed? What kind of person are you? And so the moral of the story is always take the side of the person with cancer. It's just a safer bet. I guess the best thing about turning 31 is growing into senility with my parents. And what I mean by that is I still live with my parents at 31. So I'm like literally like watching them go see that. Thank you for congratulating me on that. No, I still live with my parents at 31 years old. It's embarrassing to say that, I won't lie, but it is lofty. I can't say that it's not lofty. I don't have any rent to pay. It really makes me realize, like, man, Camille, you are lazy. Your parents aren't holding you accountable. They're not pushing me out of the door. They're not. And I'm not even pushing myself. Like, that's the whole problem. But my father, this morning, I was at work, and I didn't have my phone on me, and we were understaffed at my job, and so I didn't get an opportunity to pick up the phone at all. Like, I didn't even take a break. I was working nonstop the whole shift. And by the time I got off of my shift, my father called me like 4 times, and then he left a text. He's like, "Call me as soon as you get this message." And so I didn't call him right away. I didn't text him right away. I walked to the train first, prepared myself, and then I called him. I was like, "What's up?" And my father's like, "I've been calling you all day. I called you at 8 o'clock, then I called you at 11:30, then I called you at 3 o'clock. Mind you, it was like 2:15, so there's no 3 o'clock. I said, "Well, what's wrong? Why are you yelling at me?" And he said, it wasn't a big thing. I just got really worried. There was a guy in front of the house blowing his horn when I left." And I'm like, "You called me over a guy blowing the horn outside of the house? Why is that something to be worried about?" I just thought that maybe it looked like he was watching the house. I didn't know if he was waiting for you to come out, or I don't know what his motives were. I don't know what his intentions were. But I was worried. I didn't know what was going on. "Are you at work?" "Yes." And I realized in that moment, my father is like literally finding reasons to make me dead. Like just the smallest thing is like, okay, Camille is about to die. She's not already dead. And that's what he's doing. I mean, he loves like giving my mom a lot of flack about, her growing senility, and he talks about how, she's losing it. But he's joining her. He's like right along with her. And I did not know what to say other than, "Well, I'm safe now, Dad. Nothing happened." And my mom, she also talked to me right before I came here. She's like, "Your father, he saw a guy outside the house. Are you okay?" And I said, I didn't even know what to say. I was like, yeah. I mean, the guy, he didn't really do anything. I mean, my father said that the guy, he talked to the guy. He was like, he said that he was blowing for somebody in the house, in the house next to us, but he just seemed suspicious. He didn't, it seemed like he was just pulling that off of the top of his head. And I was like, well, what was he supposed to practice? I don't know. But my parents, I love them dearly, but they worry a lot. I don't really look forward to being off from work a lot of the time now, because for some reason, I don't know what it is about labor jobs, but my mom also has a labor job, and we seem to always have the same days off. And I don't know how to wake up in the morning with her there. Like, I don't know how to wake up with her there and not get into an argument about something. And I know that it's my own fault, because we're pretty much the same person, only I'm the atheist version. of my mom. She's like a Christian lady, and I'm just the atheist version. And that's like a big reason to like dislike somebody. Like different faiths, or lack of faith with someone who has faith. That would be a kind of a brick wall. But I would say that is a reasonable thing to like clash over, but that's not even what we argue about. That's like literally not what we argue about. We argue about Wendy Williams. Like normal black women. We argue about Wendy Williams all the time. We argue about daytime TV. And I feel like my arguments are like totally feminist based. Like my mom is so like you're just so easy on the patriarchy. You totally contribute to it. You're all about the patriarchy. And my mom, she's not what I would call a feminist person, but like I'm always convinced of my own feminism until I'm dealing with like actual feminists, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just feminist compared to my mom. I'm not really that feminist. But actually, I've been doing stand-up for a little bit now, and I've been in comedy for a little bit. I've been doing improv and sketch for a while, but stand-up is kind of new to me, and so I'm kind of, doing it to get better at it. I was a little bit worried because right before he passed away, I did read the Christopher Hitchens article, Why Women Aren't Funny. And I was very worried. I was like, well, I really want to do stand-up, but I don't know if I'm funny because Christopher Hitchens says that we're not. And I told a friend about my reading the article, and my friend, she knew what I was talking about. I was like, I mean, I can't, I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to do stand-up. I can't do it. She's like, why not? I mean, come on. Look at me. Come on, I can't do it. And she was like, well, why? Why am I looking at you? Why can't you do stand-up? I said, it's because I'm too attractive. I can't do stand-up. I'm too attractive. I'm too concerned with my looks. And my friend's like, well, I mean, I don't see how it would get that much in the way from you. And I mean, no. She's fine. I don't know if I'm average looking or if I'm like stunning. I don't know about any of that. I just know that the article did make me think a lot about the kind of things that women are kind of held accountable for. Jokes, I guess, not being one of them when they're attractive. I don't know. But I also, like with most generalizations, I feel like you have to consider all of the parts of the generalization. Like, we have to indulge the idea that men are actually listening to women in the first place. That's why, yeah, our jokes are funny, but would you even know? Like, if you're dealing with an honest man, and I'm not even saying that the ratio is equal. It might be a little higher on the male side, but if you're dealing with an honest man who's talking about a woman he's attracted to, oh my God, she's so beautiful, so hot, and somebody asks him, well, is she funny? How the fuck should I know? That's an honest man. Yeah. Like, a dishonest man is gonna say, well, I've never heard her say that she's never made me laugh. She's never said anything funny, but she's so beautiful. But I feel like feminism is something that I've always identified with. I identified with it in high school. I've always kind of been at odds with different types of people over the subject. And in conclusion, I don't know if my feminism is so much about how much I get paid as it is, I just don't want people to talk to me on the street. I hate having to make small talk with strangers. I don't like it. Like, I get meeting people, I get meeting newer people and getting to know people. Like, I would get to know you guys after I got up from the seat right now. But I don't know if I want to talk to people on the street. And I think so much of my experience as a woman has been about guilt tripping me into talking to men I'm not attracted to. I don't feel like I should have to do that. I mean, men are constantly talking about how polite it is to just talk to people, and you're getting politeness confused with courtship. I'm not getting it confused. Like, when was the last time you talked to a woman who wasn't your mother, who was considerably older than you? Like, when was the last time you struck up a conversation with a stranger on the bus who you weren't trying to sleep with? That's my whole point. Like, I don't understand. Like, men just want the excuse to talk to you when they feel like talking to you, because they're not going to talk to you when they don't want to talk to you anymore. And I just feel like I should be able to do the same thing. Does that make me a feminist? I don't know. I guess it doesn't. But I feel like so much of my chosen feminism gets kind of intermingled with the feminism that is just automatically something that I have to embrace. But my mom and I, she gets where I'm coming from most of the time, until I'm like, okay, I'm tired of talking about God. Like, she loves to talk about Jesus Christ. I get it. And she also likes to mix up her conversation about Jesus with her daily bowel movements. I don't know if you guys know this about women who are mothers, but like, they love talking about bowel movements with their children. I don't know, maybe my mom doesn't talk to me about bowel movements. My mom talks to me about bowel movements, and I know a lot of people who have mothers who love talking about bowel movements. I don't know what it is, and she loves to talk like it's like a segue. Jesus, bowel movement. Did you have a bowel movement today? And if I say no, then it becomes an even longer conversation. I think I'm running out of time. So I will wrap up with, my mom loves to talk about bowel movements. And when I say that I did not have a bowel movement today, she's like, you know what? I didn't have a bowel movement either. I mean, I did, but it was really it was like that pellet type of shit. And I don't know, like, do you think maybe, like, she wants to talk about all the fibrous kind of foods that people like to eat when they're not being regular, and I don't know what to say when I'm in the middle of my breakfast pizza. I don't know what to say. But thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to my host.
Yeah, give it up for her tea not showing up and just stand up last minute. Come on. Oh, this mirror. This is my little Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, he just canceled his tour. I just looked it up.
You're lying.
No, this is a bit. Marilyn Manson is totally fine. In fact, he has a metal fever now and is as close to God as he's ever been.
The Guardian, Marilyn Manson
favorite.
cancels tour dates due to stage injury.
Fake news.
Called off 9 shows after
Your
stage
eyeballs are not even moving across. Like, so
Honestly, like, why would you even make that up?
To prove a point.
To me, it's spirited.
We're living in a lie.
You're jealous. And that's fair. That's understandable. Most people are.
Yes. Anyways.
That's my feminism.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't teach that.
You can't teach that. You can't.
I don't
But
think.
we can learn.
You can learn.
Anyways, lots to unpack back there. So I'll just say that as far as teams went, I like to be picked right in the middle. because expectations are not too high, but also I'm not last, or even second from last, or third from last.
There's a lot of pressure to be picked first, because then when you go out on the field, it's like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to win the kickball game for us.
I used to go as far as to blatantly lie and say my brother was better than I was, so that I would not be picked ahead of him, so that then when I played worse or better than him, it did not matter.
Right. With that, our next act is great. They're an amazing team. They have such fun energy. So why don't we have a warm welcome? Yeah, come on, a warm welcome for Valley!
We wanted to ask a question before we start.
Yeah.
Do you yell out blackout, or do we decide?
How do lights and scream lights like maniacs.
Good.
That's what.
That's what we're used to.
Okay,
You'll
great.
know.
Well, this is the incredible Julia Rowley.
And this is the incredible John Schornberg.
Well, that's an overstatement. But
His
thank
middle
you.
name is Martine.
But it's
spelled Martin.
Yeah.
His full name is John, not Jonathan.
Yeah, my full name. I don't like it when I'm called Jonathan. It's so
Because
really
it's not-
formal. It's overly.
Well, it's
formal.
also not your name.
It's not my name. It's like whenever somebody says Jonathan to me, it's because they're trying to talk down to me. And that's the only situation that ever happens in.
Okay, Jonathan, let's get
God
started.
damn
Can we have just a suggestion of anything at all?
Jerky.
Thank you, Jerky. All right, Sean, you're gonna have to cut the wood sometime.
No, Dad. I'm not a sink and swim kind of guy. I'm more of a watch and observe, and then I'll get it.
All right, okay, whatever you say, son. You know, I hurt my back pretty hard. Hurt my back pretty hard yesterday. Pretty bad. I hurt my back pretty bad.
I saw. That's terrible. That was a great lesson for me.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of tired. You know, your old man's turning 68 tomorrow.
I know. Mom's got a surprise for you, but I shouldn't tell.
What's the surprise?
Oh, see. You'll see. It's a back brace.
Sweet woman.
Yeah. She's a good one.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, now you know not to do that, I guess.
No, you know.
No, not to do that. No, not do that.
This is haunting. You're being haunted.
No, I did, but I have a test tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Alice, but you don't get to choose what nights of the week I haunt you, okay?
Please go haunt my brother in the other room. He's moving soon. Then you can just take his room.
Your brother's a nihilist. He doesn't care if I'm in the room or not.
I'm gonna turn on the heater. It's so cold in here.
All right. So
All right.
I'm gonna
Well,
make
what do
it-
we have planned today?
Well, I'm gonna spew some bile all over your bed. I'm gonna say your name backwards thousands of times.
I don't like.
Crazy.
That's hard to do arithmetic while you're saying my name.
Ilaka.
Hey. Well, maybe I can strike you a deal. You can have next Tuesday. You can haunt me extra hard next Tuesday. We'll even do like an exorcist thing, you know? Like you could come into my body and do weird things and then you could go out. I've never let you do that before.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you trying to come to me and, strike up a deal and make my life easier. But the truth is, I've been a ghost for 1,000 years. And I need consistency.
I'm sorry, I can't give you consistency. I have a life of my own.
Listen. Ilika. Ilika.
Phantom Jake. That's right.
You're not the first pre-teenager that I've haunted. And you won't be the last.
Don't fuck yourself.
Your hands went through.
I know. Thought I was the only one. I thought it was special.
Alice, you are
I
special.
was-
But you're also the same. And you think that this is a big deal for you and that you go through something that nobody else has before. But everyone does. Everyone does, and everyone gets haunted. So I'm just gonna vomit on your bed now. Go Patriots! Go Patriots! Yeah. Woo! Oh, you got some wings!
Yeah,
You got some wings!
I want some wings. You want some beer?
Do I want some
I got
Do
beer.
I want some beer? What you got? You got them tall boys? You got that Rolling Rock? You got that Rolling Rock tall boy?
I've got some Mike's Hard Lemonade.
That is not what I asked for. I don't want that.
I have some Dr. Pepper.
This tailgate is over.
Oh, what? Oh man, come on! I brought some cherries and grapes for later.
Bro!
Dude, yeah, like
Bro, did you go to Whole
Fructose.
Foods? Oh.
Yeah, dude, I also got some chicken breasts because like the wings can like go super
Like-
fatty and clog up your heart. You know
Are
what I'm
they
saying?
doused in barbecue sauce?
No, they were cooked with olive oil and salt and pepper.
Dude, bro, no.
Dude,
No,
come on,
I don't want that. I don't even want to hear about that.
man. Come
Okay?
on.
I just want to watch the Pats, maybe cheat, and have a great time, okay?
You know what's a really great time? Exercise. I brought some jump ropes, dude. We could do some jump roping and like look like the players.
Listen, bro, my diabetes aren't that bad, okay?
The fact that you have diabetes is all at all. That's like
My doctor said it's not going to shorten my life by that much, okay? Listen, I got a good lifestyle, bro. Okay? Bro.
I dropped all the wine.
That's not going to come out of the carpet! That's not going to come out of the carpet!
Our first night in the new apartment is ruined.
I knew Malbec wasn't a good idea!
It's running up the IKEA furniture. We have to move out.
We gotta
We have to leave.
we gotta undo this mortgage! We gotta!
We have to.
We have to!
We have to. We have no other choice.
I can't save this filth!
I can't live this way. We'll move to a nice place like Iceland where everything's clean.
If it gets dirty, snow will cover it, then it won't matter!
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
now my hair's dirty.
Well, I guess my pants are kind of dirty that I'm lying in wine.
They're all soaked in purple. Or deep red.
And then when you breathe in, think about how angry you are.
Oh, 9/11!
And then exhale, take it hand.
Oh, jet fuel!
Now come up to a sitting child's pose. And think about how much you hate your father.
Oh, he didn't listen!
And then we're gonna raise our arms up on an inhale. And on the inhale, I want you to think about global warming and why it's your fault.
I don't recycle because it's difficult!
On an exhale, think about how Leonardo DiCaprio got a longer speech at the Oscars than anyone else.
We are without him. He's just sort of there. Stop. You're it.
No, you're.
Don't touch me.
Oh, okay, got you. You tickled me. You tickled me.
I tickled you. No.
Which way am I gonna go? Which way am I gonna go? Oh, you try, fuck! Got you. Got you. Hey, just want to say, you're gonna make the team. This training is really gonna do something. Most of basketball is played on ground.
Yeah, varsity. They play real good. They play real low.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm not doing it. No. Oh, what?
I think that's an oasis.
Okay, I gotta sit down first. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm not gonna make it. Hey, I've heard that some oases are just figments of your imagination.
I've heard most are.
I've also heard that some people can be figments of your imagination.
Yeah, I think that about myself every day. Like, what if I'm just like a secondary character in your story?
Oh,
Like, what if we're all brains in vats of a scientist's lab, like the Matrix? But there's an oasis of
hey, if you're a figure in my imagination, how come there are some things about you I don't like?
I don't know, maybe there are parts of you don't like, and I embody them. But I'm real thirsty right now.
I don't think I'm. If you're a figure, it's an action. How come you're holding me up?
I don't know. Have you ever seen A Beautiful Mind? Parts of it don't make sense.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it
That's
feels.
real
If
nice.
it's my imagination, if my really
It's
strong
real
brain.
lucid. Real
Yeah.
lucid.
If it's a scientist, a really cruel scientist to make me suffer.
Real cruel. Real cool. I don't know.
Oh.
Mm.
Do you feel it? Do you have an esophagus? Do you feel it going down an esophagus?
Yeah, it tastes like Dasani. The fact that I know what that is.
Probably. I used to drink a lot. See, if you're a figure in my imagination, then I'm really creative. You know? And I could like make up this.
Whoa. You should get into art.
You should get into art.
You should get into art.
There's like art.
Oh, it's nice to see you, Walrus Bill. Your tusks are looking very long today. I've been scraping them for the new mating season. Oh, fantastic. This is what walruses do. Say what? Do you ever worry that we're going to get hunted for our tusks? Well, my God, of course not. We're the most powerful animals in the world. We're the predators. Alpha animals. Of course. Hunted, please. The only thing I worry about is whether Sandy the Shield's gonna come up into my cave at night. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, sorry, I got excited. You got very excited. You shouldn't be fucking seals. You shouldn't. They're a different species. But they're so much fun. And perhaps one day we'll create It's a new species. They're smaller. You're gonna crush them. You're gonna crush them to death.
But that's the fun. It's dangerous.
Oh, I see. Dangerous for them, not for you.
What are your near sexual exploits?
Well, I've been taking some time to myself recently. You know, figuring myself out before I delve back into the pond.
Gotcha. What have you figured out about your walrus?
Not much. Not much. Other than I'm a little paranoid.
Well, that's strange that you haven't figured much, because we're the strongest intelligence on this planet.
I know. I mean, who else could figure out how to cram so many large creatures on one rock in the middle of the ocean? Nobody.
Would you like a cigar?
I would very much like a cigar.
Would you like a cigar?
Here comes the choo-choo.
Mama.
Here comes the choo-choo.
Mama, I'm scared. I'm scared.
No, it's okay. It's
Mama,
just scared. It's just
I'm scared, Mom.
Honey,
I'm scared.
it's phone. It's just
Scared.
carrots.
I'm scared.
It's carrots.
I'm scared.
Eat the carrots.
I'm
Eat
scared.
the carrots.
I'm scared.
They're chock full of nutrients, honey.
You're scaring
Honey,
me. You're scaring me.
Honey, you need to eat the
You're
carrots.
scaring me.
Honey, honey, eat the carrots.
You're scaring me,
Eat
Mom.
the carrots. Eat the carrots.
You're scaring me.
Carol, eat the carrots. Carol, put the goddamn fork in your mouth. Carol.
No, no,
Don't you spit it up. Don't you spit it up.
Mom, I don't like eating carrots. I don't want to. I want to eat carrots. I am 14. I don't want to eat carrots anymore. I'm 14. I can make my own decisions.
I don't like watching you go to school and eat Twinkies and fill your body with that junk. So you're gonna eat ground carrots and you're gonna like it.
No.
I got a whole ninja full of processed carrots that you're gonna drink. Drink the carrots.
No, Mom.
Drink the carrots, Carol. Carol, drink the carrots. Carol, drink the blender full of carrots.
I'm not going to.
Carol,
Way to go! Give another hand! That was by far the most I've smiled in ages, for sure. Love them.
Oh.
So,
Is this another Marilyn Manson song from Fully Able and performing tomorrow?
he's
Marilyn
canceled his tour.
Huh.
He canceled his tour. Jimmy told the truth.
I always do.
So, just...
So you're free tomorrow then?
So I'm not going to see Marilyn Manson. I've been really looking forward to it. It's been for like 6 months.
Show's over, guys. So
It's fine, it's fine. It's not like...
Nobody leave, just stay here and mourn for 7 hours.
I'm used to men disappointing me. This is fine.
We all go around and say our favorite
In fact,
American
we've got
Yes.
2 men that are disappointed tonight. So just... When it rains, it pours, baby! Welcome to Chicago. Woo!
Hey. Anyways, my favorite Marilyn Manson moment is when he broke his hip.
Here's the thing. Why couldn't he just make that into a character? I mean, really, just wheel the bastard onto the stage, right? Put some like crosses on him, maybe some crucifix, I mean, put a pope hat on him, right? Drug him up, and just press play.
maybe he will.
Oh, you think?
Is that his MO? Crucifixes and pope hats?
Yeah, it's like more religious than you think, to be honest with you.
I like when he walked around without any
Oh.
genitals and he's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
What?
He was like
This is all
a
new.
Ken doll. It was one of the music videos. He just like
Yeah.
had this and he had like boobs.
I'm still waiting to see
Remember
that
that?
at Halloween, so we have to do that costume.
I'll show you.
Nobody has done that costume quite yet.
Thanks, dude.
The Marilyn Manson.
Are you guys ready for the last act tonight? Come on, boys. Come on. Yeah, take your shoes off. Okay. Keep your shoes on, take them off. It's your show, baby. So, it's wrapped up tonight. we'll wrap up tonight. Walruses, they are fun animals. They're really fun animals, and they've got a lot of personality to them. What's another animal that has a lot of personality?
Dog.
Fox. What was that?
Fox.
Fox.
A dog fox.
Fox dog.
Who's there?
It is I, your nephew.
Ah, Britannicus! Come closer.
Roger, might I enter?
Oh, yes. First, you must complete the 2 quests. Have you brought the customary fox?
I have.
And is it attached to the dog as instructed?
But of course! With the parakeet flying atop my string!
Very well, very well. You may enter after you answer this riddle.
I brought the yogurt!
You brought the yogurt. Okay, then you're going to enter anyways, but I want you to follow the riddle. And at least try to answer the riddle.
Yes.
How is your mother?
7 out of 10, Roger!
Okay, come in.
Roger, it is I, your
Oh, my nephew! Oh, good day!
nephew! A good day to you!
Oh, I have stuck myself to my log. Literally, I have not moved in 7 days.
Hello, my lord.
Oh, hold on. It's my mistress, Tammy.
It is I.
Don't tell your mother.
I left the yogurt outside!
Oh, my God.
Oh, the yogurt. My lord, I have your yogurt, and I have my eye, and I have my lady lovely thigh.
I shall hide!
Yes, excellent. No one is about. Of course, going to let you in, but protocol.
But my lord,
Protocol!
But my lord.
Answer this riddle. What flavor is the yogurt?
It's peach.
No, shh, don't tell her. Wait, you're not here, I forgot. Shh, I'm ruining this.
I'm right behind you.
I don't know. It's
Oh, my lord, it is but doth the fruit of
Wait a
my...
minute, wait a minute.
It's peach. The fruit.
Wait a minute. You could have just read it, but it took you like 2... Did you try some of my yogurt? You could have just read it. Did you try it?
But my lord, you are the highest lord, and everyone tries to poison you. I would have put my life before thine.
All right, wait.
Enter, my lady!
Oh, thank you, lord. Oh, my lord, hi. It is I, your mistress, Tammy.
Tammy.
Oh, you are alone, my lord. I can.
I farted. That's what you're smelling. It's not Old Spice deodorant. I farted.
My lord, I feel like we are not alone.
No, it's just you, me, and Bingo. I've renamed him. What do you think?
Well, my lord, as long as I'm winning the game, I will call him whatever you want.
Aha! Did you get that? Oh. That was unbelievable.
Wasn't it?
He sunk his battleship.
I know.
It's on sale for $200.
What? Oh. Well, I don't make purchasing decisions in this relationship.
Well, I won't.
Catch a deal. We're going out of business. I figured. $50.
it's up to you, but I'll tell you, $50 for a piece of work like this, especially one that you've won on,
It's real marble.
really. I don't make the decisions for you.
I've never won anything in my life.
I'll give you guys a minute.
You should buy it. Well,
If I buy this, then we're gonna go home, and at the end of the month, the bills are gonna come in, and you're gonna look at me. You're gonna look at me deeply, and you're gonna stare at me. And you're not gonna shake your head, but you're gonna bow it, and then you're gonna shake it. And you're gonna know that once again I've broken the budget. Oh! And once again I've lost again. I'm open to a loss.
hey, no, come on, we'll call him in. We'll bargain. I was just in East Asia. I know how to do this. I know you make the purchasing decisions. I already told him that we can't go back on that now, so I'll just whisper in your ear. Okay, go home.
Why don't you use the hands and I'll be the brain?
Okay.
Two fuck me's. Okay. I'm a salesman. I know it's you're.
No, whoa.
Too high for. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, sure. So you're gonna tell him. Can you not listen?
I can
No.
Can you give us a minute?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So you're gonna tell him that $50 won't do because we have a tight budget and 4 children to pay for.
Yes, sir!
Wait. And then you're gonna ask him if on top of the heavy discount, he can help pay off our mortgage. Okay?
Yes!
It's all you got. Now, call him in. Garçon.
Garçon! Come on!
Yes.
Yes! So,
Okay.
I'm terrible at budgeting, and oh my gosh, I feel like a tear's coming along. I feel like, oh my gosh, a tear, oh my god. We've got 4 children, you see. We've got 4 children, and you must understand, you look like a family man. You look like a family man. We don't have it in the budget, by God, but it would bring a smile to our hearts and a warmness to our family. Hold my hand.
Sure.
Listen, I can see that you.
Come here, we got him.
I can see your compassion
Absolutely.
and your understanding, your willingness to compromise. And as you can see, the 4 children is just not. You've got something on your face. I'm sorry.
It's hummus. I eat it a lot. I will give you this
It's an eyelash.
for free.
Grab your eyelash. Grab the eyelash and make a wish. It's right on your cheek. Just get the eyelash and right on his cheek. Grab it. All right, now we'll make a wish together and see if it comes true.
All right.
1, 2.
I need a place to live. Like I said, we're going out of business.
You can live with us, but we get the battleship for free.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh,
That's absolutely impossible.
Give me a hug. Oh, this is amazing.
Oh my God.
Oh, honey, the battleship.
Flash forward 2 weeks.
Okay. You don't know how to say this.
Hey, how about we play Battleship again?
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Play the long game.
Okay. Wait, one of us has to be on the other. Why do we only got half a battleship?
Honey, he's on that side, I'm on this side. Choose your sides wisely.
Frank, I'm just getting like a lot of negativity these past 2 weeks.
For me?
Yeah, this is not a healthy environment for me.
Frank, sit down.
Are you kicking me out of my
No,
own
I
house?
just want you to play
It's a long time coming,
Darling,
Frank.
please, darling. Please.
As your best friend and roommate, this is
You've got to stop.
I can't talk to him anymore.
No, you can't.
Can you please grab my hands?
Yes.
Listen, Frank.
Hey,
Your wife and I love you very much. And it's over.
what?
It's over, Frank.
What's over the
Your
game?
aircraft carrier is gone. Your submarine's bow is shattered. You have a battleship, and that's it.
That's the most important piece, though.
It's not. No, you need fuel from your aircraft carrier. You have no more fuel. No more fuel.
I'm usually more prepared. Oh, are we gonna do it? We're gonna just push. Oh, no. Oh, we gotta fight. Oh.
It's a goodbye fuck. So let's fuck and be on your way.
I'm bottom.
I think we got him.
While doing the alphabet backwards, buddy.
What? Are you kidding me? I'm totally. I was just running late.
We got him.
Smell like alcohol, sir. I know you're going to work at 7 a.m., but.
All right. Okay. ZYX.
Slower, but also really fast.
ZYXW.
I don't know.
VVVUTSRQ.
Still hasn't taken a step on that line.
Still hasn't taken a step on that line.
Okay, if I'm shaking because I don't have good balance. It's not. I'm not. It's 7 a.m.
I feel like a sober man would have bought a nicer Camaro than that. What is that, a 96?
This is a classic car. I'll have you. What do you?
You got a 90s Camaro?
It's yellow, sir.
That thing should make like a banana and split.
Come on. Transformers was a revolutionary movie, and that's Bumblebee. This before he was cool.
Okay, one thing we don't joke about is Shia LaBeouf. Those movies ruined his career, so cool it.
Okay, if we're gonna get into Shia LaBeouf here, you're the one who's back on that line! Okay, sorry. You've been drinking at 7 a.m.
Whoa, sir, you better watch your finger.
Okay, you've been drinking. No one defends Shia LaBeouf, not in this town.
He's got acting chops.
I'll give him that.
Yes.
You ever see Holes? You ever see Even Stevens seasons 1 through 4? You're not gonna find better TV than that. I don't care if you're fucking cooking meth in New Mexico. There's nothing better than that.
Breaking Bad reference, timeout. Are you a TV
Watch
file?
the fingers, sir!
Watch the fingers!
Are you a TV file?
Sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes?
When the TV's on and I'm in the mood, maybe.
Ow. Oh, sorry.
Let me tell you. Have you watched the OA?
What's that?
I don't know. People at work are talking about it, and I feel left out.
They've been talking about it back at Station 2, and I don't know what's going on either.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's some sort of alien thing because they're talking about
I can't
weird
find
shit.
it on Netflix. I can't find it on.
OA.
What is OA?
Who knows?
It's like Oasis without the sis. The OA.
That's just a good band. I don't know why they would even do that.
It's a TV show.
Watch the fingers.
Watch the
Sorry. It's a TV show.
Listen, we got Hulu in the car, in the squad car.
Listen, we're not going to rush you. But we are going to put you in the back. We're driving on the corner. We're going to get in the back with you when we're watching.
Do some blocks.
Nice.
So, can you turn around?
I thought you said you were going to arrest me.
We gotta tag you back. Cuff you.
Yeah.
That's arresting me. That's 100% arresting me. That's not arresting me. That's 100%.
It's not a trick.
Your fingers are everywhere right now.
Okay. Your fingers.
Shia LaBeouf's on it. We're not tagging you.
All right.
And that's it! Because we're gonna play our last game, Sex With Me Is Like, to wrap up. So, Sally Ride, thanks super
Sally Ride or Die.
Sally Rider,
Right here.
come on. Sorry. So, do you have any shows to plug or with your team?
Oh yeah. We're doing Skull Mountain tomorrow, and then we're actually doing a show on the 12th. I think it's the Laugh Battle at Stage 773.
Nice.
Valley. Do you have anything to plug?
I don't think so.
I want to make more friends.
Come here. Okay, and you can ask us here. So, starts off, can we get a suggestion of anything at all?
Play Sex with Me.
Oh, sorry. I don't. We're gonna play this game called Sex with Me is like. So, get a suggestion of anything at all, and then say Sex with Me is like the object, and Sex with Me is like friends.
The people or the TV show?
Don't matter.
Good clarification.
Sex with me is like friends!
Sex with Me is like friends. I've got a lot of them, but I don't ever see any of them.
Sex with me is like friends. Pivot! Pivot!
I saw that episode.
Sex with Me is like friends. You can get a poster at your local record store. Record store, so
Sex with Me is like friends. Sometimes dependable, other times will let you down real hard.
Sex with me is like friends. I'm a big fan of Smelly Cat.
Sex with Me is like friends. You have to drink to enjoy being around it. Sex with Me is like friends. Sipping on milkshakes.
Sex with Me is like friends. I usually don't know their names.
Sex with Me is like friends. It's wet only in the beginning.
Oh my God!
Can we get another suggestion?
Giant teddy bears.
Giant teddy bear.
Real observations.
Woo!
Sex with Me is like giant teddy bears. If you win the game at the circus, you can certainly get it.
Sex with me is like giant teddy bears. I think there's an unfair amount of pressure put on me in this situation.
Sex with Me is like giant teddy bears. If you don't win at the circus, you can put down $49.99 at Costco.
Sex with Me is like teddy bears. It's in the corner of your room and it's kind of scary.
Sex with me is like teddy bears. There's a lot of stuffing involved.
Sex with me is like a teddy bear. I make the white trash girls at the state fair go crazy.
Story.
Another suggestion.
Strong drink.
Strong drink.
Where's it?
Yeah, mine's empty. Sex with Me is like a strong drink. You can't get enough.
Sex with Me is like a strong drink.
Strong drink.
Sex with Me is like a song. Sex with Me is like a strong drink. I like it with ice.
On that note, it's Rocky.
Sex
keep going.
with Me is like a song. God. Sex with Me is like a strong drink. Usually old men get the old fashioned.
Sex with Me is like a strong drink. Stiff.
Sex with me is like a strong drink. You're going to check for worms in your shot.
Sex with me is like a strong drink. I've only got a fifth.
Nice.
Oh, I like it.
I'm gonna do one more quick one.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
One more?
One more. Surgery.
Yeah, I love that.
Sex with Me is like surgery. In order to perform, you have to have gone through at least 8 years of college.
Yeah.
Sex with me is like surgery. Wash your hands.
Sex with Me is like surgery. I'm usually knocked out.
Sex with Me is like surgery. There's always a chance that something could go wrong.
Sex with Me is like surgery. There needs to be at least 8 people in the room. It can get real messy.
Sex with me, fortunately, is sometimes like a surgery. There's a chance of infections. So drink lots of cranberry juice.
Sex with me is like surgery. You might shit yourself.
Sex with Me is like surgery. It's gonna be bloody.
Sex with Me is like surgery. I'll always feel worried that you might be underqualified.
Sex with me is like surgery. There are lots of tools and lots of suction.
Yeah.
Come on, wrap it up.
All right.
Get.
Sex with me is like surgery. There are two types, minor and major. Unless it's with my math teacher, and then the only minor surgery is surgery on someone else.
Yeah! That's our show! Thank you so much for tuning in! We'll see you next week!